My eyes opened wide. Why did I have to wake up now? I have school in the morning. I debated between getting up to go watch some TV and catching up on sleep. Surprisingly, sleep won this time, and thank God it did. As I was about to go back to turn on my other side and try to go to sleep, I felt that unnerving feeling, a presence. I became very aware that I wasn't alone in my room. Someone, or something, was watching me. I could just feel it. I laid as still as possible, fear engulfing my body. I could feel a pair of eyes beaming at me, and a heavy breathing. Almost as soon as I became aware of it, it suddenly stopped. Silence. I think whatever it is, knows I'm awake. Just as that thought starts to sit in my mind, I hear the floorboards creak. They stop. They stop right beside my bed. Something is standing over my side. For what seemed like hours, I laid still, eyes wide open. They're still there. I can feel their gaze never leaving the back of my head. Then, suddenly, I began to sink into my bed as the figure crawled in with me. Its body may be only an inch from mine. Still staring, I can feel it. Then my heart skips a beat, and I hear,
Trey, I can't sleep.
wait a second. I know that voice. It was just my little sister. Are you serious? Now I'm just more annoyed by her antics rather than scared by them. I decided I'd just give her the silent treatment till she got the idea I was pissed and left me alone.
I can't sleep. I'm having nightmares.
She whispered to me.
I don't want to sleep alone. I'm afraid of the dark. Trey, I know you're awake. Can I hold your hand?
She got louder.
Trey, give me your hand, please.
I held my silence. Then suddenly my door pops open.
Can you keep it down, please? You know how thin these walls are.
I do a double take as I look from my sister to the empty spot next to me in my bed. But I muttered.
I just what?
She asked.
Wanted to get some sleep? 'Cause if that's what you were gonna say, then you're right. Now, can you please keep it down? You're too noisy in here.
I couldn't even respond. I just began to tear up as the realization kicked in. She noticed the look on my face.
Trey, what's wrong?
She asked me. Will I tell her? No, of course not. She just laughed and slammed the door in my face. Nothing, Kate. Just a bad dream. She stared at me for a moment.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go back to bed, alright? You know I'm right next door if you want to talk.
Yeah, thanks, I muttered. She left my room and walked back to hers and shut the door. I took a 360 look at my surroundings for about 20 minutes before mustering up the courage to go back to bed. I threw my blanket over me once more and went to count sheep when suddenly I heard a knock at a door. Only it wasn't my door.
Trey, is that you?
I heard my sister shout from her bedroom. The sound that followed made my blood run cold.
to the door now,
she said as she walked to open her door. But I never left my bed. It started maybe a week ago, and it kept Ben up every night since. A tapping on the window of his bedroom in the middle of the night. It terrified him since the first incident. Quiet at first, but louder as the nights went on. He would turn his head away from the window, towards the open bedroom door, in hopes it might go away. He would pretend to ignore the constant, quiet tapping. He'd pretend to sleep, and he never dared look at whatever was making the noise. There were no trees outside his window, and his bedroom was on the 3rd floor of the house. He didn't know what to tell his parents. He didn't know what could be tapping on his window. On the 3rd night of the tapping, Ben heard a voice whisper outside his window. He didn't want to believe it, but he heard the phrase, "Let us in." It was muffled, and it came from the other side of the window. He taped a piece of paper to the window so he couldn't see through it anymore, and he always kept his window closed and locked from then on. He wondered how his parents couldn't hear the nightly incessant tapping. It was beginning to get louder. It felt more demanding. Night after night, he would leave his TV on or sleep with headphones on, but somehow he could still feel that something was there, tapping, waiting. After a few more nights of sleeplessness, he finally decided to purchase some over-the-counter sleeping pills. He kept his door wide open as usual, because the light of the hallway helped him feel safer. He ate his medicine and slept a deep, much-needed sleep. He snored loudly that night, after his first rest in days, and the noise eventually woke his mother. She walked by his open door, on her way to grab a glass of water after being woken, and she noticed it was so hot in his room and smelled like a teenager's bedroom that had no fresh air in a week. She quietly wandered by him and decided to open the window for him. She unlocked it and opened it as wide as it can go. She took a breath of the cool, fresh air, then turned around to make her way out of his room. On her way towards the door, she heard a low, deep voice behind her. It was quiet, but very clear, because there was no window in the way anymore.